All right, welcome everybody to another edition of the Florida Physique Report. I believe we are on episode number 63 now. Today is Wednesday, June 8th, 2016. And on today's show, we're going to have an interview with Nikki Gutierrez, who is getting ready for the Team Universe in next month. She is the fiance of AJ Sims, the conditioning specialist who I've used in the past. And AJ is a big contest prep coach in the Florida area. And he is getting his fiance ready, of course, for the Team Universe. And she's going to be doing the women's physique category. So we're going to talk to her in a minute about her preparation for that. Before we do that, though, we're going to go over the results of a couple shows. First, we've got the Florida Muscle Classic, which actually took place on May 28th in Boca Raton, Florida. We did not have the results of that show last week when we did the Florida Physique Report. So I'll give you the results of that. We also have the results of the Tampa Bay Classic, which is a huge show, one of the biggest shows in Florida, one of the oldest shows in Florida. This was their 34th year. Promoter is John Schleicher, and if you don't know John used to be a great bodybuilder back in his day, and he has been promoting this show now for 34 years. And I talked to John after the show. He'll be 70 years old later this year, so he's been promoting the Tampa Bay Classic for half his lifetime, which is just amazing. And it's a great show. It's very well run, and they always get some great competitors. With the crossovers this year, John had 230 competitors in the 2016 Tampa Bay Classic. So we've got the results from that contest. Before we go over all that, though, I want to go over what's coming up in the month of June. Of course, we had the Tampa Bay Classic last week on June 4th. But this weekend, we've got two contests going on. We've got the Central Florida District, which is Debbie Callahan's show in Lakeland, Florida. That is open to all Central District Florida athletes only, but the overall winners will be nationally qualified. So it's going to be a great show if you want to try and get a national qualification. If you want more information on that, go to debsgymandmore.com, and that's their website. That's Debbie Callahan's show. Again, that's this weekend on June 11th in Lakeland, Florida. Also taking place this weekend is the Bill Wilmore Classic, which will take place at Broward High School in Hollywood, Florida, and that is also a national qualifier. So actually Nikki Gutierrez is going to be competing in that show. So it'll be a national qualifier, and that'll take place again this weekend on June 11th, the Bill Wilmore Classic. Next weekend, another national level show, the Junior Nationals, which will take place in Chicago, where it always does, in Rosemont, Illinois, right by the airport at the Hyatt Regency O'Hare. And of course, that'll be a pro qualifier for people who win that contest or do well in their classes. Go to npcjuniornationals.com for more information on that. Pam Betts is the promoter of that contest. Also that weekend on the 18th, June 18th, the Mid-Florida Classic, which is Deke Warner's show. That'll take place in Orlando, Florida. And Deke always has a big show with the Mid-Florida. That was actually the very first contest we covered with the Florida Physique, FloridaPhysique.com a couple of years ago when we first started. So we will be out there again next week for the Mid-Florida Classic. And then the following weekend, which is the last weekend in June, they've got two more contests. The West Palm Beach and Anna Level Classic will be taking place in West Palm Beach, Florida. And Frank Dalto is the promoter of that show. That is another national qualifier, and that's going to take place at the Palm Beach County Convention Center out in West Palm Beach, Florida. And also on that same day, the Sunset Classic, which is open again only to Central District Florida athletes only. Chris Eady and Ronnie Milo are the promoters of that, and that'll take place in Sarasota, Florida on June 25th. So that's what we got coming up in the month of June in the Florida area. All right, so let's go over the results of the Florida Muscle Classic. This was the first time this contest was held. It was held out on May 28th in Boca Raton, Florida. They had a total of 56 competitors, so pretty good turnout for the very first time. They started off with the men's bodybuilding in the Masters division. Mike Hills was the winner in the over 50. Derek Eubner was the winner in the over 40 and the over 35. So Derek won both, the over 40 and over 35. And the men's bodybuilding open, Joshua Villafone was the winner in the lightweight class. Terry Cooley, who I believe is over 50, he was the winner in the middleweight class. Mike Hills was the winner in the light heavyweight class, and Derek Eubner was the winner in the heavyweight class. And in the overall, Derek Eubner, pretty massive guy, big, tall, physique. Derek was the winner, overall winner in the men's bodybuilding open. And the novice bodybuilding, Joshua Villafane, who was the lightweight winner, he won that contest. Then going into the bikini division, the over 50 went to Debbie Rodriguez. The over 40 went to Isabel Lowney. And the over 35 bikini went to Kamla Banavong. And the bikini open, Natalie Costa Isa was the winner in Class A. Victoria Georges was the winner in Class B. Layla Espinel was the winner in Class C. And Stacy Shia was the winner in Class D, with Natalie Costa winning the overall in the open bikini. And the novice bikini, Emily Crook was the winner in Class A. Layla Espinal was the winner in Class B. And Stacy Shia was the winner in Class C. In the team bikini, Miranda Weber took first place. Moving into the men's physique, the over 50 went to Joe Canal. The over 40 went to Jerry Garcia, a frequent competitor in the South Florida area. And Frank Soto won the over 35 men's physique masters. Then going into the men's physique open, Patrick Nezalowski won Class A. Estavio Temsky, who's only a teenager, was the winner in Class B. Estavio had a real good look. And Terrence Reed was the winner in Class C. And then Terrence Reed was the overall winner. And the novice men's physique, Rob Bryan was the winner in Class A. Estavio Temsky was again the winner in Class B. And in the team men's physique, no surprise, Estavia Temsky was the winner there. So he's got a good future. He looks really good. Going into the figure division, the over 40 division went to Jennifer Hills. And then in the open figure, Jennifer Hills was the winner in Class A. Sita Davayan was the winner in Class B. And Amy Parker was the winner in Class C, with Rosemarie Ambrose, Class D winner. And then the overall went to Jennifer Hills, and she looked really good. Novice figure went to Samantha Disabello. They had a fitness division. Rebecca Ayala was the winner there. And the women's physique, Natalie Kaczynski, who we've seen compete before, she won that. She looked really good. Unfortunately, she was the only one competing. And then finally in the classic physique, Class A went to Oshanda Roden. Class B went to Serge Victor. And Class C went to Jerry Garcia, with Oshanda Roden winning the overall. So not a big show, but it was their very first year promoting the show, so I'm sure it'll get bigger next year. All right, moving on to the Tampa Bay Classic, which took place right out here in Tampa, Florida on June 4th. As I said, again, this was their 34th year, massive contest, 230 competitors with the crossover, so it was a huge, huge show. Started off with the Masters Bodybuilding, and what an incredible guy who won this contest. I did an interview with him after the show. His name's James Jarvis. He's been training since 1977. He was 70 years old, and he looked amazing. James has not competed in 30 years. His last contest was in 1986 when he did the NPC Junior Nationals in Niagara Falls that Eddie Robinson won. So that shows you how far James Jarvis goes back. He hasn't stopped training. He's been training for the last 30 years, and he was looking on the internet and he saw some of these other Masters bodybuilders and he said, hey, I look better than those guys. So went back into competition and he looks just amazing. This guy was hard as a rock, vascular legs, peak biceps, did not look anywhere near 70 years old. He looked like he was in his 50s. So congratulations to James Jarvis. James won the over 60 division in the lightweight class, and Ken Munro was the winner in the heavyweight, and of course James won the overall. Then James went into the over 50 division, and he won the lightweight class there. And Jerry Neves was the winner in the over 50 heavyweight. And again, James won first place there. Then moving into the over 40 Masters Bodybuilding, Donnie Kim, who is a frequent competitor in the Tampa area. Donnie actually won the overall bodybuilding at the Tampa Bay Classic several years ago. He's now in his late 40s. He competes in the Masters division. Had an outstanding posing routine. The crowd was going absolutely nuts. So great physique and great posing routine on Donnie Kim. Donnie won the lightweights, but James Jarvis was in second place in the over 40 division, and this guy is over 70. He actually got 2 first place votes too. So incredible physique on James Jarvis. I got to give him some props. David Scarpelli was the only competitor in the heavyweight division of the over 40, but Donnie Kim was the overall winner. So congratulations to Donnie Kim, another great showing by him. Next they had the Masters figure. The over 50 division went to June Robbins. Then they went into the Masters bodybuilding over 35. Surprisingly, only one competitor. They had lots of competitors in the over 50 and the over 40, but only one in the over 35, and that went to Nick Wells. The Masters Bikini over 40 went to Laura Ramones. There was 9 competitors there. The Masters figure over 40 went to Nazreen Kaufman, and she won the short class. She's being trained by our friend Paulina right here at the Powerhouse Gym in downtown Tampa. So Paulina trained Nazreen, and she took first place in the short class, and Shelly Klimp was the winner in the tall class. And the overall Masters figure over 40 went to Nazreen Kaufman, so congratulations to her. Masters men's physique over 40 went to Tommy Hyder. He beat out 7 competitors in that class. Masters bikini over 30, Angela Pate won the short class, and Teresa McDonough won the tall class over 9 competitors. And in the overall, Teresa McDonough was the winner, and this was her very first show. And we're going to hear a little bit more about Teresa McDonough as we talk about the results, because she cleaned up this night. Novice bodybuilding had quite a few competitors. The lightweight class went to Cisco Berry. Cisco was really ripped. He was in great condition. Middleweight class went to John Chambers. The light heavyweight class went to Christopher London. And the heavyweight class went to Rafael Rodriguez. All these guys look good, but Christopher London was the overall winner. And I got to mention, these bodybuilders, some of them really need to improve their posing, because a lot of these guys, when they were up there for the overall pose down, many of them were hitting the mandatory poses incorrectly. So you guys really need to get with a posing coach. They all had great physiques, but you got to improve your posing if you really want to show your physique off to its best. And I have to mention Luis Aguilar, who took 3rd place in the heavyweights. Luis is a monster. This guy had massive arms, massive legs, huge chest, just a little bit smooth this time. I don't know if this was his first show, but this guy's got potential plus. If he could get ripped, man, he's going to look amazing. The novice men's physique was next. That went to Mark Tadili, who trains right here at Powerhouse Gym in downtown Tampa. Mark beat out 21 competitors and took a unanimous first place to win the overall novice men's physique. So congratulations to him. The Masters figure over 30 went to Shannon Ilch. Moving on to the novice bikini, the short class went to Jasmine Fernandez, who beat out 18 competitors in the short class of the novice bikini. It was a 1-point decision, with Jasmine winning over Amanda McDowell. So that was very tight. And then in the tall class, Teresa McDonough wins again over 18 competitors, all first place votes for Teresa. So congratulations. And then in the overall, it was really, really close between Teresa and Jasmine Fernandez. And by a 1-point decision, Teresa McDonough was the winner in the novice bikini. So that was very close. They both look great. They moved into the open bikini next. Jasmine Fernandez was the winner in Class A with 9 competitors. She again beat Amanda McDowell by 1 point. So these guys got a big rivalry going. Class B went to Angela Pate with 6 competitors in that class. Class C, you guessed it, Teresa McDonough wins again over 11 competitors. And then Carla Mitchell wins Class D. This time in the overall decision, Teresa McDonough the overall by unanimous decision. So congratulations to her. What a night. Very first contest. She wins the open bikini, the novice bikini, and the bikini over 30. So great night for Teresa McDonough. She's got a great future. She just wanted to try it. I did an interview with her after the show. She said she just wanted to try it one time, but now I think she's hooked, and she's definitely going to be back. All right, moving on to the open men's physique. In Class A, Eric Valiente was the winner with 4 guys in that class. Rafael Acosta showed great poise on stage, a lot of confidence, had a great physique, wide shoulders, small waist. He won Class B. Edgar Diaz wins Class C by 1 point over Corey Gerial. That was in Class C with 12 competitors in that class. And Class D, the novice men's physique winner, Mak Tadili, wins Class D over 7 competitors. And then in the overall, unanimous decision, Rafael Acosta wins the overall men's physique. So he's got a great look. And I believe he said he was going to the Southern States next month in July. So we look forward to seeing him there. He should do really well there. Classic physique had some really good competitors. Class A went to Donnie Kim, who was the Masters 40 winner. Anthony Espaillat was the winner in Class B, and Michael Taylor was the winner in Class C. And then in the overall, Michael Taylor wins the overall. Again, another unanimous decision, so congratulations to him. He will also be competing in the Southern States next month. Then in the figure open, Brooke Straub, who also another competitor right here from Powerhouse Gym in downtown Tampa, she wins Class A. Chanel Fisher wins Class C by 1 point over Shannon Ilch, and that decision went the opposite way in the Masters figure, but in the open figure, Chanel Fisher wins Class C, and then Shelly Klimp wins Class D. Then the overall goes to Chanel Fisher, so congratulations to her. Chanel competed in her very first contest at the Tampa Bay Classic 2 years ago, and she did that after losing 70 pounds. And she has continued competing in several other shows, but this was her first overall win, so she was very emotional on stage. It was a great night for her, so congratulations to her. After losing 70 pounds, she is now the figure open overall winner a couple years later, so that was a great victory for her. And then finally they finished with the open men's bodybuilding. Lightweight class went to Adam West. This is Adam West, the bodybuilder, not Adam West, Batman. He wins the lightweight class. Middleweight class goes to William West. The light heavyweight class, Christopher London, who was our novice bodybuilding winner, he wins with 7 competitors in that. Another unanimous decision for Christopher, so congratulations. And then Richard Perry wins the heavyweight class, and I think Richard has only been competing for a couple years, but he was in outstanding shape. He had good size, great conditioning, and he won the overall men's bodybuilding title, another unanimous decision, so congratulations to him. He's got a good future if he keeps getting better. I think he was a young guy, only like 25 years old. So that was it, 230 competitors with the crossovers. They had 36 in the novice bikini, 32 in the open bikini, 28 competitors in the men's physique, 12 competitors in the classic physique, 8 figure competitors, and 19 open men bodybuilding competitors. So a great show at the Tampa Bay Classic. I was glad to be out there, and we're looking forward to next year's show when it'll be the 35th anniversary. That's going to be a big event. All right, that's it for the results from the contest. We're going to take a break and hear from our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to be joined by Nikki Gutierrez, who's going to talk about her training and diet, getting ready for the Team Universe next month, and hopes to get her pro card in the women's physique category. We'll be right back with the Florida Physique Report. Divine Nutrition Products believes in supplying the consumer with the highest quality products available. Their natural isolate line of protein is comprised of whey protein isolate made from grass-fed protein, featuring brand new flavors like vanilla peanut butter and pound cake. Divine Nutrition Products is the preferred supplement of rising IFBB Pro Figure champion Sydney Gillen, winner of the 2016 Miami Beach Muscle Pro.
Hey, this is Sydney Gillen, IFBB Figure Pro champion. I love Divine Nutrition products, especially the pound cake as soon as I get that one, but my favorite right now is vanilla peanut butter. It's so delicious.
Visit us at divinenutritionproducts.com. All right, welcome back to the Florida Physique Report, and my special guest this week is Nikki Rose Gutierrez, soon to be Nikki Sims. She's getting married next year. How you doing, Nikki?
Good. How are you, John?
Good. So you are on the verge of competing in the Bill Wilmore Classic, which is coming up this weekend in Hollywood, Florida. But your main focus this year is the Team Universe, which is coming up next month, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely been a long journey for sure.
Yeah.
Very excited about it, though.
Well, let's start from the very beginning, Nikki. Talk about how you got into lifting and what got you into, eventually competing.
Well, back in 2006, this was before I met AJ. I weighed close to 250 pounds.
Wow.
I was actually obese my entire life.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I've never been an athlete by any means in my life. And I knew that I needed to do something about it. I wanted to, go the healthy route. And I had found a trainer at the time down south of Miami, where I'm originally from.
Uh-huh.
And she slowly guided me into training and stuff like that, which was very, very difficult. I would say more mental than anything.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it took me 4 years just to get on stage. My first show was Sunshine Classic in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
I did bikini. And it took me 4 years just to tighten my skin. I mean, that was after I had lost all the weight and all that.
Yeah.
The skin on my stomach, the excess skin, took a while to really tighten up and firm up and stuff. And I then went into Southern States in the same year.
What did you weigh in your first show, Nikki?
128.
Wow. So you went from 250 to 128.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
that's great.
It was a long, hard process, I will admit. And, it's so funny because, we have so many clients that are, bikini. I have tons of girls that are bikini competitors, but, and it takes them, sometimes three months to get on stage, 12 weeks. And for me, it took me 4 years. So, but I'm really happy that it went that way just because it allowed me to really enjoy the process and watch my body transform. I never knew that I could end up looking this way.
Yeah.
And so every time my body changes, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. It's just amazing what the body can do.
What was that like, changing from 250 pounds to 128? I mean, what did you have to do that?
Totally changed my lifestyle. I think that's what it was. I was in college. I was working. I was a full-time college student. I was working 2 jobs. And just... but I've always been a very focused and determined person. So if I set a goal on something, I'm one of those people that will always follow through with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's what's helped me. It was just a matter of being structured. And that is actually what made me want to compete, because the lifestyle was so structured and it helped me in every other aspect and avenue of my life, at the time. And it allowed me to stay on track. I was able to, eat my meals around my classes and my jobs. And so it just really helped. The fitness community is very tight down south in Miami. I'm still friends with everybody that competes down there and all the judges, and everybody knows me. Just because that family, that tight-knit family aspect of the NPC is down there. It's still there. And so that really did help and push me a lot when I was just in bikini. We meet up in the mornings and do cardio together, me and the girls that were competing. It was just fun, It was really fun.
And you said something interesting about how your skin, it took a while for your skin to get tighter. I'm sure there's probably a lot of men and women in the same situation that they're overweight, they're obese.
Oh, yeah.
And so how did that whole process work? Do you think it was because you were young, maybe it helped too, also because...
Yeah, I do. But at the same time, I did work with Life Extension for several years, and as well as Vitamin Shop. But I think Life Extension, I really learned a ton, especially from doctors and stuff like that. And they were able to point me in the right direction of different things I could use, like grass-fed collagen powders. And just different things that I could, topical fat burners. I was using something called Transformation Lotion by Revival Labs. And I would put it on religiously every single day. And those little tiny things, some way, somehow it all added up. And my skin just started tightening up a ton.
Wow.
I will say it has taken me 10 years to build my abs.
Wow, really?
It has. It has taken me 10 years to build my abs. They are much better now. I mean, of course, we can always improve. We're not perfect means, but they have improved tremendously. But it's just taken a lot of time because that's where I carried most of my weight.
Wow, that's amazing. I never knew that about you. So
yeah, I know most people look at me and they're like, you've probably been fit your whole life.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what most people think.
I mean, it's just it's constant daily work and effort, and I take pride in the fact that I was able to transform my physique and really transform my mind, most importantly, before I even step foot on a stage.
Yeah, I'm sure that makes you a better coach.
Yeah,
coming from that
sure. And it's great because AJ and I, we both coach from different perspectives. Like I do have some women that are obese, and I love helping those people because it really brings me back to that place to where I can coach someone from a mental aspect as well as the physical.
Yeah.
And so it just helps us overall, in our business because we coach. We have two different perspectives. So
yeah. So you did your first show, the Sunshine State, and you started off in bikini. How did that go?
Good. I missed first place by like 1 point.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I was very nervous up there.
Yeah.
Very nervous. And then for Southern States, I did come in much tighter, and they said I was too hard.
Okay.
And I thought that was very strange because, well, they said that my back was too muscular for bikini.
Okay.
This was your Potter telling me this at the time. And I'll never forget it. And I was like, and my hamstrings. And I said, wow, like I don't train back. Like I never trained back. All I did was assisted pull-ups. I would do a few dumbbell rows here and there, but I never really trained back heavy.
Right.
20-pound dumbbells. And so I said, wow, like I guess my physique is just evolving. Even in that short amount of time I had in between, I guess I had made, such a huge change. And I was like, wow, I really need to reconsider, the category that I'm in because I really like training heavy. So I found myself going back to the gym at night without my personal trainer at the time. And I would lift heavy because I enjoyed it, I could push myself to a new level. I didn't have to stay, just high repetitions and low weights and stuff like that. And a lot of calisthenics. I didn't really like that. Like I want to push my body,
Right.
take it to the next level, see where it could go. I was so like intrigued, by the gym. And I just started growing. And then right after that, right around, I think it was like, right after Southern States, a few weeks later, I met AJ.
Okay.
And we got together probably within 4 weeks, and we were like, oh, we definitely know we're going to end up getting married someday. And we moved in together a month later. We went together for 6 years.
No kidding.
Yeah. And then we became training partners, and we push each other in the gym every day. And I just said, I'm going to take some years off and see where my physique takes me naturally. And that's what I did. And I originally wanted to do figure, and he's like, "Oh no, that's when physique was first coming out."
Okay.
And he's like, "I think that division might suit you better because your back is just so muscular." We were like, "We don't understand my back has always been my strong point." So he was just like, "Yeah, no, we're just gonna have to put you in physique. It's just the way it is."
Right.
And I did my first physique show in 2014, which was the Fort Lauderdale Cup.
Okay.
And it was great to be back on that stage again because it's the same stage as Southern States. So it just brought back so many memories for me. And I got to see Peter Potter, and I got to see John, and he's another head judge as well. And they all remembered me from bikini days. So it was a really fun experience. It really was.
Yeah. And you won that one, right? The Fort Lauderdale?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I won overall. Yeah.
Wow, great. Now, was AJ doing the contest prep when you guys met?
Yes.
Was he helping clients? Okay.
Yes, he was doing it on his own back then. Our business just really, took over. I told him, let's try to push social media, come up with some business pages and stuff like that, and post all the clients. I was working a normal 9-to-5 job at the time. I was planning on going back to school and everything. And it was just getting so overwhelmed. We were just getting so much feedback and inquiries. And he's like, right, I need you to start the background process, like the forms and all that. So I did that, just created a more structured, because I love writing and stuff like that. So I created all the forms and everything. I set up everything for the business. And then I came on board probably about 3 or 4 years ago,
Okay.
and started, training the women, and coaching them. I have really taken over completely their preps, including the pros. And I just enjoy it because the women that I have, they're so inspiring and encouraging. And it's just amazing that, you can have clients that just make such a huge impact in your life, not just on this journey to the stage, but, just to be a better coach and be a better version of yourself. So I constantly try to evolve, and teach myself, and we're constantly learning, and I'm going back to school to learn more.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. I definitely want to go back to school. I want to do some life coaching as well.
Okay.
Just think that in our business.
Okay. So take me through like a process of if somebody started with you guys as far as coaching, getting ready for a contest, what would the whole process be? What would they have to go through?
We have them fill out an intake form. We do try to make sure that we're a good fit for each other, because I feel like that's so important, And we go by, biofeedback and what they've been through in the past. We like to ask those questions just so we make sure we don't make the same mistakes that maybe they went through prior. Or a lot of people have come to us that have had bad experiences, and we really try to turn that around. And but there's really no set method as far as what we use, as far as nutrition goes. Everyone's so different.
Yeah.
Even like my diet included, it changes every day.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm eating every day.
Right.
It just depends on how I wake up and stuff like that. But we like to go by biofeedback, and we ask them, very simple questions. Like we like to know their layouts of training, their layouts of nutrition, stuff like that. What they've done in the past, that they have competed. Right. What have they done in the past?
Right.
So we can make sure that we can correct those errors, going into our coaching.
So a lot of it, like you said, is biofeedback. You just have to see what's working for them and then make adjustments along the way, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I first became familiar with AJ. I think I told him this when I was doing the interviews with Florida Physique, and I interviewed Jose Suarez.
Yeah.
He won the 2 shows. I think they're like 3 months apart, and he said he gained like 10 pounds in between.
He did.
And he was doing less cardio and more eating.
He was actually one of our first clients.
Oh,
we
really? Okay.
Because he's literally one of the first clients we've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. He's literally like family now. He's been with us for so long.
Right.
It's awesome to watch him change. I mean, he's a monster right now. If you see what he looks like.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he's going into nationals this year, so he's a little thing.
Great. So who are some of the more like you work with a lot of pros now? Who are some of the people you're working with? I know Danny Reardon, right?
Yes, we have Lee Sexton. She actually just won second at the Toronto Pro.
Oh, okay.
I had the pleasure of coaching her as well. Even for Europa, she did Europa as well, and we brought her in much tighter for this show. She was more conditioned, just overall better package, we felt like. And we were, let me think who else. We have Ryan Paderaki.
Yeah, I know Ryan.
Who else? I think that's about it right now, as far as the pros that are, top pros.
Yeah.
And then we have Santana Anderson. We just got him, too, a few weeks ago.
Okay.
He just started 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And he's Canadian as well.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things I like about your philosophy, you guys' philosophy, is that you don't, it's not a lot of deprivation. You're working with the body, and once the body starts, getting lean and the metabolism starts increasing, you adjust to that, Yeah.
Yeah, you got to feed it. You got to feed it. Even me, for example, I some days I'm doing close to 250 grams of carb. It just depends, it just really depends on how I wake up. Sometimes, if I have a cheat meal, this prep has been much different. I really did prime my body this prep and really focus on the progression season and using that time wisely to build my metabolism to that ceiling point. And we did work on that. And so going into this prep, it has been nice. I will really say that. Like, I've had a lot of, cheat meals, and I'm not one of those people, like, I can suffer all day. Yeah. Like, I am willing to push my limits, and but I have been able to have several cheat meals. We use them as date nights. It's just worked out great. And I think too, because I'm in a more positive mental place in my life, that it has allowed me to fully enjoy the experience, which is so nice. It really is, you know?
You said progression season. Is that like what most people would call off season?
Yes.
I like
do
that.
call it progression season because I feel
Yeah.
like that's what make the most changes.
Right, right, yeah. I like that.
And people don't use that time wisely. They just go and pig out every
Right.
day. And it's not about that. It's about making those improvements. We can always improve. We can always evolve, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually,
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I feel like people are missing that aspect of coaching, of doing the sport. Fitness is all about evolving. It really is. It's pushing yourself to your limits.
Right.
Where can I go physically? Where can I go mentally?
Yeah, and if you want to be good in this game, I mean, it really is a 12-month a year process. It's not just 3 months for the show. It's
It
all
is,
the time,
and that's why I saw the most improvements and changes this
Mhm.
past season because I really took it, very, very serious, and I really stayed. I mean, I was eating very clean throughout the entire off season. We did have our scheduled refeeds and all of that, and I would time it around my training, which really helped me as well because it gave me fuel for the next, leg day. I'll do it the night before
Yeah.
or day of, and it just really helped me. So, just working, using different things and philosophies and trying to figure out, we did a lot of Milo Sarcev training, leg training. That helped bring up my legs a ton. And, like a lot of giant sets and like that. I love high volume training. I love to push myself. I love the intensity.
Yeah.
And so just really, feeding my metabolism. And it has worked wonders for me, this product, for sure.
So you ate clean. It was just more calories and then just making those improvements in your body, but always staying lean, right?
Right. Exactly. No more than I'd say. I think I got 15 pounds over my stage weight.
Yeah. Okay. So now, have you competed since that Fort Lauderdale Cup in 2014?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
I actually was not expecting to have to requalify. I just found out when I went to register for you. And so Bill Wilmore was the first thing that came up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been fairly ready early this time. So, which has worked to my advantage, I guess, just because I can pick a show and go into it.
Yeah.
But this show, I mean, it's great because we have a lot of clients down south. They know me down south, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my family that can't come to Team U, of course, will be there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all, I guess the cards have just fell in the right place this time. I'm very excited, though.
Great.
Definitely.
So when
it's
you
a
go
good feeling, being confident going into a show, and you're like, wow, I feel really good going into it.
That's a great feeling. Knowing you're ready.
Yeah.
So when you go to the Team Universe, what do you have to place to get a pro card? What's the qualifications there?
First and second in your class.
Okay.
And I should be in the tallest class because I'm close to 5'7". So
yeah,
I'm sure I'll be in the tallest class.
And that's typically a pretty tough show, right?
It is a very. I've seen most of the shows for the most part for the last 2 years have been very tough.
Mm-hmm.
National level shows. So it'll be definitely interesting.
Yeah. So overall, Nikki, what do you think your goals are in the sport? Obviously, you want to get your pro card, but what is it after that?
I really want to continue building a platform for women.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need to learn how to empower each other in this sport. I don't see a lot of that. A lot of female empowerment and unity and a sense of community in this sport. And I first saw it, to be honest with you, because I do have a WWE wrestler that I work with that's on TV.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I do. And she's also a pro fitness competitor as well. She's an IFBB pro as well.
Okay.
And, I forgot to include her too. Yes, her name is Ashley. And Dana Brooke on TV though. But I see so much unity in the wrestling world.
Mm-hmm. And
I feel like we need to bring that to fitness because it makes the experience that much better and that much sweeter.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that it is a very individualized sport because we are pushing ourselves. But at the same time, we need to learn how to empower each other as women, and not tear them down. And with society and the way that it is nowadays, and tearing people apart and all this bullying and all this stuff going on, I just feel that there needs to be more of a sense of community.
Yeah.
So that is my focus, and going into the life coaching aspect, I think will help as well, because I do have a lot of women that come to me with eating disorders and stuff like that, and I can't really coach the mind when it comes to that, because I can't really get too deep and personal without that, degree or license to be able to, give them that kind of therapy. But I would definitely like to transition into something like that, as well as maybe compete in pro shows. I mean, who knows? I don't know where my physique is going to take me, but I do know that I'm a very motivated and driven woman, and whenever I've set my mind to something, I get it done.
Yeah. What do you think about the physiques in the pro women's physique? Julianne Malacarni's won the Olympia the last couple of years, and then you just had Autumn Swanson, who won the Arnold Classic, and of course Danny Reardon has always done well too. So what do you think of what do you think the ideal physique is for women's physique, and where do you think the physiques are going as far as what the judges are looking for?
I love Julianne Malacarni. I have liked her since before she even came big on the scene. And a good friend of ours, Justin Miller, has known Juliana from the time that she moved to the U.S. from Brazil. And she just has these crazy round muscle bellies.
Yeah.
She's just so beautiful on stage. But I do like Autumn too. And I do like Danny too. But I don't know. I think it's a fine balance between the three.
Right.
If I can say that, if you could take certain body parts and put them together and move her around.
Yeah.
But I do like the condition. I like the condition look, in Autumn Swanson.
Yeah, she was really conditioned for the Arnold.
But I do love Juliana, because Juliana has those round, dense muscle bellies, and she just flows very well. She has great symmetry.
Yeah.
And then you have Danny, and Danny brings the great conditioning. We bring her in very, very conditioned.
Right.
And it just, I guess, all three of them.
Yeah.
As far as, they just have, all of them have a lot of strengths, but I still feel that it's still a little bit all over the place, in my opinion, women's physique. Even at the Europe, I was fairly surprised, how different some of the physiques look standing next to each other.
Yeah.
Just because, even when you stand someone like me next to Danny's, 5'2", 5'3",
yeah,
5'7", it just looks odd. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Having a really tall person, a really short person standing next to each other. I think what they should do is what they used to do with the women's bodybuilding at the Olympia, how they used to have separate weight classes. They should do 2 separate height classes, or
Yeah.
just to make it more interesting.
yeah. So you're comparing like physiques together. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would make more sense. I don't know if they'll go that route.
How about
Who
that?
knows? The sport's evolving so much, you
I
know?
How about the new girl, Shanique, the one who won the New York? She's got that crazy small waist.
Oh,
And
her
sort of-
waist is amazing.
Sort of reminded me of Latora Watts in
Yes.
figure. So I wonder how that's going to play out at the Olympia. With a physique like that, where she has that really freaky small waist.
Right, freaky small waist and long and lean. I like that too. That's why I like Autumn so much too, because she's long
Yeah.
and lean, and I like that, and conditioned. It reminds me of a Corey Everson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She has the blonde hair, and
Right.
she's just pretty, and she comes in super conditioned, and it just looks really good. It
Yeah.
does. So all of them offer something so different. They bring something so different to the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said I feel like they should have different classes or something, just so you can differentiate. You don't want to compare apples and oranges. You want it to kind of be consistent.
Yeah, exactly. How important is the presentation part of it? Because I know a lot of those girls like Autumn had a great routine at the Arnold. Danny's always got a great routine.
Yes. I feel that the routine is very, very important. I do feel that you need to show off your strengths a lot
Mm-hmm.
and hide your weaknesses.
Yeah.
And that's I feel like most people don't do a lot.
Right,
Show the weaknesses too.
right.
You can pose and show your strengths and kind of hide your weaknesses.
Yeah,
And play off of those strengths. And that's what I tend to do when I pose. But I like to feel the music. I like routines that make me feel something, that make me feel the passion that I've poured into my prep.
yeah. It's emotional.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is, because it's such an emotional journey, such a mental journey that,
Mm-hmm.
you have to learn how to embrace it. And especially on stage, we don't get much time to do that.
No,
So
right.
you have to make it count.
Yeah. Yeah. You have
You
to
gotta
show that
feel it.
emotion that you went through, right, in your routine.
Yeah. You gotta bring that emotion through for sure.
Right. So if someone wants to get a hold of you and AJ for contest prep coaching, how would they do that? Is there a website they can go to, or?
We actually do not have a website yet, which
Okay.
is surprising.
You don't
I
need
know.
one, right?
I definitely need one. I know. We're getting on top of that after these shows. I promise you.
Right.
It's teamsimsofficial@gmail.com.
Okay.
And that's with one M. So Team Sims Official.
Okay.
And then if they want to go on Instagram and check out our clients and stuff like that, it's Sims Solutions, all
Okay.
one word.
Okay.
And that's where you would find us. I also have my own personal Instagram page, I_am Coach Nikki.
Okay.
And I created that one separately from our business just so that I can help. My girls were begging me to create my own Instagram page so I can motivate them and push them, talk about my own journey and stuff like that. So that's why I have that page. But for the most part, we do focus on the business page.
Okay. All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck this weekend, Nikki, and
Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate it.
I'm sure things will work out fine, and we hope you really do well at the Team Universe next month as well.
Yes. Wish me luck.
I will.
Gonna be fun. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Take care.
You too.
All right, that's it for another edition of the Florida Physique Report. I want to thank Nikki Gutierrez for joining us for our interview this week. We will see you guys next week with results from the Bill Wilmore Classic and also the Lakeland Classic, which are both taking place this weekend. So we'll see you next week on the Florida Physique Report. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you then.